Mine. Okay. So yes, what at all is dating? What at all is dating? When you say dating, what comes into your mind and what do you see dating to be? And this is where we are, live being recorded. In fact, many years ago, we saw people moving together. And back in the training college and in the senior school, we see people walking together, moving out. Personally, I'm not the outing type. I'm not the outing type. So I'm always either found in the library or sitting in the office and doing my own thing. And we've seen people go out a lot. And so in addressing most of the youth challenges, I got the opportunity to understand what dating actually was. And it's very interesting that we are about to learn here. So in the outline today, we'll be looking at the principles of dating. We'll also move again to look at the do's and don'ts of dating, the background of dating, dealing with exes, and then dealing with broken hearts. We've had several people asking for solution in these areas. So these are practical areas for a period of time that we're about to share with you. And therefore I pray that the Lord will grant us the grace to see this.
And
If you look at this, so maybe I may help myself by muting everyone. If there is anything, just send me a text and I would look at that so that I'm able to concentrate on my assignment here. Right. So what is dating? You can see the man, if you look at this diagram or maybe this image, you can see the man holding the phone and then the young lady also holding the phone. They got some drink, they got some few things on the plate, and I'm sure they're enjoying something or checking something out. So what is dating? Dating actually comes from the word date, right? So it is particularly, fixing a date, setting a date where two or more people agree to get together at a place at a particular time. And the essence of it is for recreation and for fellowship. So that is the word. You just set a time and then meet people. Sometimes it can be, it may not necessarily be two people. Sometimes it can be a group. A group. And that one I'll tell you when I meet you one-on-one, how you can do the group dating. It's so beautiful. You don't want to go alone. So you just tell a friend to tell a friend, um, it's this person's birthday. Can we go? Can you invite this person to join us? So amongst the people sitting down, you know your target, and you there asking several questions just to get to know the person which you are eyeing to date. All right. Some facts about dating, very interesting. If you want to really know how to date, you must be ready. Psychologically, you need to be ready. In the mind, you have to be ready. And then the environment must also be ready. It's so important. So a person's readiness to date is largely a matter of maturity and the environment. If you look at these two persons, look at how they are seated, serene environment, no noise. And so they could ask all the questions they want to ask to move on. So habit and attitude established during the dating years generally will carry on to the marriage. So your first date, a period to which you get to know one another, and that continues and continues until you see that this person, I have found love in this person. We have some mutual love, and I would want to propose. I would want to propose. You don't go for first date and say, I love you, I want to marry you. That is not true. That is not true. You do not know the person. So it can never be true to propose love on the first date. And you're not correct. So dating as we know today, I wouldn't say that is biblical. No, there is no biblical foundation of dating. No. But throughout the year and over the years, we have seen it happening. So we will categorize it not in a religious sector, not in a biblical sector, but we can say on the social note, dating has been accepted by the society. So it is appropriate. We look at some of the rubrics of establishing a better dating procedure. So what are some of the principles of dating? Some principles. So that before you date, you must be ready. Before you date, you must be ready because you should know some of the dangers of dating. And because today is the first time, I'll just be giving you the basis. And if we meet another time, then we'll go into the details because you need to understand the basis and know before you date and the other part of it, you should know. So you must understand that dating is not a period that I want to go and kiss this man. This man has a nice lips and I want to go kiss him. This lady got a nice lips and I want to go now kiss her. No, that's not it. That's not it. It is a matter of getting to know someone you want to be your friend. That's basically what we mean. It is a meeting between the opposite sex and they want to know each other. It's so important. And your first date na wokɔ akɔtwitwe wo nika. Your first date na wokɔ akɔkyerɛ obi asɛ wo deɛ woyɛ bɛrima. And now the oil ɔbaa. No way. Get to know one another. Your first date na wokɔdwa w'anum saa ebi mu hɔ a ɔmo first date kora yɛmfa ɔmo nkɔ second date bio. Bodwa n'anum saa ɛbɔkɔɔ first date no questions na ebisa wo answer no short. A movie kasa dodo. Some of us we talk too much. And so at our first date, they get to know everything about us and they say, no, I'm not going for this. I'm not going for this. And that's it. They don't come to you again. Must be a period to which you understand that you have come to know one another. Next principle is that you must know that it is more physical, and unfortunately, several persons have attached the emotional part, and it leads to inappropriate behavior. And that is where we say that if you approach dating with an inappropriate behavior, then surely you should understand that it's not going to end anywhere. It's not going to end anywhere. Yes, because the person you have asked out may have certain experiences. And so your approach may define the end of that dating or that expected relationship. And so we encourage you to be very disciplined and to have self-control as you have your dating, especially the first and your second date. It's so important to get to know the person Very well. All right. Some dangers that ought to be avoided if you are dating, if you want to really move out with someone, some of the dangers you have to avoid. You should know that human beings relate in three dimensions. We relate in the mind, relate in the spirit, and relate in the body. So as you meet the person, the spirit is at work, the mind is at work, and the entire body is also at work. That is the spiritual, as you know. And you must know that you have the solical, physical levels as well. So do not underestimate any of these facts. Don't underestimate the mind, don't underestimate the spirit, don't underestimate the body. Let the Holy Spirit lead you. Let the Holy Spirit lead you. It's so important. And your bedroom, near first date. There you your bedroom, near first date. There you try baby near the incomo near who. The danger you need to avoid, you should always begin with healthy relationship, having the spiritual, the solical, the intellectual levels of purpose, for motivation, for interest, for dreams, to get to know personality traits that the person has. You must leave all the rest for the marriage. The kissing, the hugging, the deep affection, the romance, etc. That is a one embrace of a relationship. Go through one of the kissing, hugging. Can you hug me? Can you sit on my laps? This is not what we're going there to do. So several of us, just a first day, sometimes if you're a woman, they may just throw the thing at you, just to test you, just to look at your level. And once they get to know, say, oh, when I make fun, I got to me hustle. And yeah, we cry. So instead of the thing beginning from the spiritual and then also moving into the intellectual level, we move into the physical, the hunam, the carnal part. And that is always dangerous for our health and for the continuity of the relationship. So you must always go with the standard of God. You must always go with the standard of God. You must understand that you need to balance it with your spiritual being. Understand the requirement of God. Get the boundaries. So if you look at this image, you're likely to see that there is a kind of standard where you can see the white and then the brown. They have tried to set the boundaries, set it. If really this is the woman you want to marry, that is the man you want to marry. You got a lot of years ahead of you. So just relax. That is where the relationship is going to last. If the relationship will last, there are certain things with time I'll be telling you that you get to see from your first dates. How it ended will let you know whether it will last or it will not last, whether it will exist or it will not exist, whether it is meant for LUST, which is the normal last. I'm not talking about the duration, no, but just the human nature, the affection, the emotion, the sexual part. If that is it, then you must understand that the relationship will not last at all. Don't even venture. So you need to learn to work out and set your guidelines for it, as the scripture says. Get the guidelines for the relationship. So whilst you're talking, for example, the first time you meet the person, you begin to ask, okay, so my name is so and so, my name is Tabna. Then how about you? Oh, okay. What do you do? All right. For how long have you been here? Oh, okay. Where did you have your secondary education, your college, your high school? Talk about something that will let you know the person very well. Know the person very well. Oh, okay. Have you been in a relationship before? And with this question, I would want to plead with you that when you ask of your previous relationship, please, the one asking the question should be extra careful because it could be that the previous relationship hasn't been a good news. And so if the first day you want to go ask of the previous relationship, you end up ruining the person's day. So just relax with that a little bit. But you may ask, okay, assuming you have been in a relationship before, what are some of the things you expect from a man or expect from a woman? You get it? Then you can say, all right, who has been your number one crush? Have you ever crushed on any man before? Oh wow. So what triggered that? And so the moment you ask that question, have you crushed on anyone before? You get the okay, yes, maybe I've crashed on Reggie before. Then, oh wow, what makes you crash on him? Oh, he is this, he is that. Then you use that to weigh yourself, to know the standard the person is looking up to. So by asking some of the crashes, you get to know. Oh, I can see he'll be good in bed. And you should always ask questions. And as you ask the questions, you get to know whether the person fits into your criteria or does not fit into your criteria. Then again, you don't ask, okay, if you happen to get in a relationship, what are some of the things you would want? So before you say Jack, you know the person based on the questions that you have asked. So should you be in a relationship? What are some of the things you wouldn't want to see? Would you want to know? You wouldn't want to do? And I'm sure the person would give you just a gist of that, and that would propel you to plan well for the next level if you want to continue with the relationship. And your assumptions are always critical in this field. For example, if you're writing a project, you need to have assumptions. And assumptions are so important for the formation of the entire relationship. So if your assumptions are that your your attempt to date the person will be unsuccessful, please back out immediately. Don't even go and kill someone's heart. No. If you perceive yourself to be very weak, and that's oh, don't even go there. Whatever assumptions you would move in entering the relationship with will surely yield the results. Will surely yield the hey, lady with the mean to me date, or high tech and they mean to me cry. Don't even go there. Go and look for your low tech. Hey, this man, they can't leave it. It's an assumption that you have. So that then will be difficult to be cleared. So have a positive assumption. And before you go, you should be convinced that at least you know the person based on questions you have asked from family and friends before you even get to know the person in person. Okay. Another area that you should know as a child of God is to look at God's standard, not to compromise. So uncompromising God's standard. It's so important. It's so important. So standing firm on what you believe is a sign of maturity. What you believe, what you believe. Don't compromise your faith. No. Know what you believe and let your belief move with you. The moment you compromise with your faith, compromise with your belief, then you should understand that the relationship will never stand. It will never stand. It will never stand. It is our prayer and what you believe will always be a standard for you. And that will link you into a wonderful. No man would want to marry A woman who doesn't have self-control. And no woman also would want to marry a man who doesn't have self-control. And so the way you present yourself will lead to either continuity or ending it all with you. So know your principles and please follow your principles accurately. So whilst you have seen the person, now you have begun the process with the person, and what you need to do is to wait. Now you are waiting. The waiting moment comes from the word wait, and that is waiting on God, trusting God, asking God for the right timing and purpose for your life. It is interesting that several persons have not even waited on God, but yet they are more than married couples. The man hasn't even proposed love to you, hasn't even said he wants to marry you, but you're already a wife, and vice versa. So wait on God. You are special in the image of God. You are very unique. Just wait on Him. Wait on God to confirm the person you're moving outward. It's so important. You don't marry anybody to change the person. No, there's no way. You don't marry anyone to change the person. So if the person smokes and you say you are praying, you want to change the person after marriage, forget it. It's going to double. If the person is A, B, C, and you know it, you don't say you want to marry the person and change the person. No. So wait on God for God to give you directions. It's so important. So Psalm 27, verse 14, wait for the Lord and be strong. Let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. So as you wait for the Lord will propel you and prepare your heart. So why would you wait on God? You wait on God for guidance and direction. You wait on God for guidance and direction. Awareɛ ɛnyɛ competition. Awareɛ ɛnyɛ competition. Enti sɛ nnɛ na wo nua kɔ a, to wo bo ase. Wo nso deɛ bɛba. Ɛnyɛ competition yo. When we get into the biblical base, we'll understand what was done in the past. We'll understand what our forefathers did. And I'm pretty sure that would help all of us to know how to move our relationship. Waiting on God for guidance and for directions is so significant in our calling into dating. Yes, I did say from the beginning, is there any biblical evidence of dating? There is no dating in the Bible. There's nothing like dating in the Bible. But we see our father Abraham in Genesis 22 sent the leader of his guards to go look for a woman for the son. So in the olden days, they were sending people to look for the right fit. So fathers were looking for women for their sons. In the case of Adam and Eve, dating wasn't mentioned, so we wouldn't go there at all. We are fortunate to have had this opportunity to date people, have this opportunity to listen to people, get to know them better. I was reading a book, and in the book it was said that sometimes you are the lady. You feel that there's a gentleman you love so much, and you want to have some time with the person. Don't feel shy. You can use either a friend or yourself to say, "Can we have some drink?" maybe your birthday, or if you think the man will be so busy, you can make some arrangement. Yeah, can we have some lunch after church? Hey, it's getting to know the person. It's so important. And so better the man can offer say, open no be a for sabo. I feel that I won't mean that. It is so important, right? And come on, and train said the piano. Wono, the man never be who, and you know who you why. So if you think that you have seen a noble person and you wish to have just interaction with the person, you're able to say, okay, after church, I know shut down that no for car crime. So oh, I didn't bring my car. When we close from church, can you drop me buy something? Can you just drop me at the shop? Surely you won't drop on uncle, and that'll be the period to just talk, get to know one another. Set. And from there you build a relationship there. So if you see something you feel that this is good, this will help me, this will help my children, don't wait and be speaking in tongues. Tongues will not bring you what you need if you don't move a step. The tongues prepares the way that after the tongue speaking, after all the singing, the praises, the adoration, you must take a step. And that is very important to do that. How do you know that you are dating? How do you know you are dating? So how do you know? Because you didn't intentionally say that you want to date. So knowing that you're dating someone is a matter of commitment and agreement. So you have to agree. You have to agree, fixing a date and a meeting. The initial agreement is there. And then when the people have actually agreed that, well, I want us to be friends. It begins from friendship. I want us to be friends. And so whilst the friendship is going, over the years, we have asked questions and answered questions and all that. First of all, to see that the person is so important or you're important in the person's life, the first one is just see how the person has saved your name. How the person has saved your name. These are some of the fewer things you can just see. Okay? If the person has saved your name in any way, in any form, apart from maybe Kabina, what is your name? You can ask the person, why did you say my name this way? And if the explanation is so convincing, you still have a point there. But if you're a man and the woman has saved your name, carpenter, plumber, then you're in trouble. Co-worker, then you're in trouble. Has saved your name like any of their siblings, then you're in trouble. How will I know how the person has saved money? Once you are together, you just try to flash the phone. And so, oh, sorry, it's trying to something. You just give a very nice, holy excuse just to see how the name is saved. So these are some of the ways you can know whether you play a part in the person's life, whether you are significant or not in the person's life. Right. Ukosevo Edino, a friend is saying, Kojo Mame, Kojo Papa dia, and the okay sipa. Whenever you see that the name is saved correctly, and some can save the names very beautifully. And I pray that you get the name that your friend will save for you. And that shows the importance. For example, if you're Ransford, he can call you Rans. He can call you, uh, Peps. He can call you A, B, then you know it's important. Or there are some, you just go and it's coffee and it's coffee. So now they actual coffee, paying count. It means you are part of the numerous people on earth. Naming. So once you see some of these things, that oh, okay. Ever since we started talking, even the way he saved my name tells me I play an important part in the person's life. That is so important. Okay. And you know, Dating, that whenever you meet or when you call, you talk about relationship and you talk about it openly and you talk about it honestly. So you can say, okay, we talk about relationship. It's something we do Bible studies, but we talk about relationship. It's not just telling you your face is nice, you got a nice shape. That's why you say dating. No, 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 no. You talk about so you would also see that you are dating depending on the advice that you are receiving from the other party. Because if a man loves you very well, right, he will always be telling you about your future. For example, he'll be so concerned about money management, financial management. Have you saved something this month? Did you save something last month? Have you gone for your credit card? You got to get it. No, you need to get it. So you can see that the person is so much interested, not just your today, not just about today, your body shape, but the person is always concerned about how you become somebody. Then you must know that, oh, wow, because relationship looks into the future of the person. I'm sure you're getting to understand everything. Any question from here? Talk about relationship. Communicate. Communicate. So the dating is not just the relationship, but the dating itself is talking before the relationship starts. You are talking. You are talking. And so what the person tells you should give the person's understanding about you. And for you to also know, say nipa way, or the nipa ko si baby pa, amana ye. And so you as the man, you must also be very careful to really see whether the person is closer to you because of what you have. Just before I ran 5 p.m., I was just reading another book, and it was saying that some of the red flags to look at is that you must also see the other party. It could be that the other party is in your life based on the support that you're getting. So if it's all about give me money, oh, baby, I'm like, I wanted to ask you, are you able to give me some money as a loan? I'll give it back to you. When these things begin to happen, then must tell you, so look, I didn't go see baby, and you do free me home and obey me. Look at all these things. Look at all these parts, and it can be a very honest dating without any request, nothing. And at best, teach the person how to say, to how to get something. Grenipano, it's so important, very, very important. I remember at a point I met some people after my training college. I met some people, and there were three ladies, and they said, "Okay, Sir Ransford, we want to come to you." And they came to me very young, and my room was very nice, single room, but it was so nice. They said, "Wow, your room is nice. How much do you have in your account?" I was like, "Hey, how much do I have in my account? I don't have anything. Oh, there's nothing in my account. Oh." They went and they never came back because they were looking for a man that had a lot. And I told them, I have nothing, but I got sense. I got mind. And so my mind is a reservation for tomorrow. I got that. And I remember The next year, I had another person that came. Said, "Oh, it was a sixth match." He said after the sixth match, she wants to follow me to my house. And I'm like, I don't really take people to my house. So the other day, some of your mates came. There were three, but you alone coming to my house. Well, let's go and get a brew. So we went to get this corn, and then we're taking the corn. And she also asked me, so who are you? And I said, yeah, I'm Sir Ransford. Then the next question came like, do you have any investment? I said, no. I just acquired some land. I just have a block of land, just one. He said, one thing that came from the lady's mouth was, I no pay. I said, hey, and yeah, I said, question will be say, I said, no pay, and boom, my bem, because teacher ni, mato, sase. And this thing that I'm talking about 21 years ago. 21 years ago. Na matter asase paa at the time. Just say, Missy Ken, you know, me wasa. I make catch you say, matter as I say, no pay. I say, hey, and yeah, me and go for we, or man will view, and that is it. So get to know some of the questions the person will be asking, so you know what is important to the person before you say, I want to marry you. Get to know the person before you say, I want to marry you. Okay. What are the do's of dating? So during the dating, you need to see some of the skills like respect, punctuality, flexibility, your communication skills, honesty, understanding, and being tactful. You must see all those. You give the person 7 o'clock, the person will come 9 and be giving you flimsy excuses. Flimsy excuses. These are all signs that you should check and see. During dating, the person will tell you, me when I go to work, if you call me, I won't pick. If you test me, I'll mind you. But trust me, while the person is at work, don't you think that the person has break time or something? So how significant are you in the person's life? These are the things that you need to look at. These are good signs. These are good signs you need to look at when you're dating. It's so important. So do date someone whom you have common friends or whose family you know. This may not be accurate in this context because there are some of the people you don't even know their families. And there are some you don't even have mutual friends. Yet you feel like you want to go see um how they fare. And I would usually recommend dating in groups. It's so important. But that does not mean that when you're dating a person, you have to always be telling your friend about that. I don't fancy that. Research has shown that it hasn't been successful. It has never been successful. Always talking about your spouse to your friends, and sorry, about your friend to your friends. And my friend did that. And my friend did that. When he bet him, they are Jennifer some and my friends did this, and I'm going to do this, and my friend did that, and my friend did that, and he did. Forget about that. Spare us some breath. Let us think about ourselves and let's concentrate about it. So don't bring your new friend into our friendship and come and destroy our friendship. So it is so important to keep your dating stuff to yourself and then move on. You may look for a counselor, you may look for an advisor where necessary, but don't always be talking about your date with friends like that, as it will not end you well. Some of the things that you think that you can spend some time to think about, you may just blow it out and they may give you advice just to ruin your life and ruin your day. And you may regret someday. You may regret someday. The essence of dating is to enjoy, just to be happy. Don't get me wrong here. To be happy. To be happy. To talk, experience some fun activities together. We're going for church programs together. We're going. Now, some of you have taken some people as your brother, your sister. Are these you encounter? Now, tell me, my brother. Oh, my man, what does he say? Oh, my man, what does he say? Hmm? Do date to grow as a person. You date to grow as a person. You are dating to be matured, to be developed into something better. That's so important. You're just not dating, but you want to mature. You need maturity in your dating. That is very important. Develop yourself. Develop yourself. Develop yourself. Okay. Let's see this one too. Yep. And that is, what are the don'ts? What are the don'ts? You know the don'ts? The don't is that don't lead others on. Don't lead others on and comfort so be. Say me near be, me offer be, me auntie be, me cousin be, me nephew be, me niece be. Don't go lead anyone on. Okay? Don't lead anyone on. Kofi says, yes, he's my brother. No, don't do that, oh. Don't do that, oh. You know, I'll tell you something. You know, when I was a teacher, there was this young lady called Grace that, I mean, she's good. She helped me because she could just come and we can quote the Bible. I mean, those days we could quote the Bible, quote and I quote. Grace will come and Grace will be calling me my brother, my brother. The day Grace got to know that I was going to marry, she collapsed. And they were, Grace, na o brother worry. I say, "Any name, my brother. Any name, brother. Only my brother be a. Yeah, my brother be a. Yeah, brother. Now, Grace, who did you ever be a Bible study? The same graduate for from. And yeah, my brother be a. Mr. Bebre, me patcho Bebre. Why? Oh, when I then when it you want. Mama dear. Like I said, bra. Until they be a no, I mean, two whom me say me marriage material. Wɔafrɛ me sister saa sister saa ɛho hia o, it's so important, so don't lead anyone on. Wopa adeɛ no a fa wapa kɔ na ne no nkɔdi nkɔmmɔ nka sɛ me sister bi ɛnyɛ wo koma mu so da biara na asɛ me sister bi nyɛ saa. Okay, don't date someone whose background or identity you do not know. Ɛwei no yɛkɔ so abɔ kɔkɔ sɛ okay, let's try our best to ensure say ɛbɛbɔ mmɔden ara sansa na ɛbɛdate nipa no ne yɛnim nipa no ansa na ɛbɛdate nipa no ne yɛnim nipa no yɛanyɛ ne saa a ɛho bɛkyerɛ yɛn paa. Make sure say wonim nipa no paa, anyɛ saa you're going to date lies. Nneɛma a ɔbɛka agu aka nyinaa bebree naa pɔm wonhyia ɔbaa bi a ɔdwa n'anim da baabi wɔ hɔ a wɔn so wobɛdwa n'anim akyerɛ wo no wabɛnu ho koraa bɛnu. Okay, bɛnu. So let's continue.
Which more question?
Go ahead, as we are going. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So quick one. Let's say before before dating, you should know someone. Now, I they get to know us. Then at the end of the day, they put us in a friend zone.
Oh no, for example, you don't know somebody from anywhere. You don't go and sit somewhere with that person. You should know the background. You should know where the connection is coming. For example, Kofi would want to go out with maybe Amma just to go. You have to know where from Amma, who brought Amma to this church. Okay, we can just get some angels coming to the church and you follow, and that'll be the end. You will not even come back home again. So before you move out with the person, try to know the background from a friend or from a family member or from the pastor or from the caretaker of the church. That's why I'm saying that before you move out to go and sit somewhere with anybody, know where the person is related to. Know the connection before you go out. Do you get that?
Okay. Now, is that not the same as setting up a date to go out and have a talk with the person? Is it different or the same?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that before you go and sit with the person, at least get the connection. For example, I'm just on the bus. I see someone. I can't just tell the person we're going on a date. I should know where the person is related. In case of anything, I should know whom to contact.
Right.
Yes, we don't want to be doing a blind dating where we don't really know where the person is coming from. That is where a lot of people end up losing their lives. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. So whilst you're dating, don't give excuses to yourself. Excuses, I have schoolwork, I have housework, I have this. Why we are when you better now about bro? Don't be giving us relax. Yeah, go home kakra. Hear me, relax, give it a try. We are not saying don't go and do anything. Just give it a try. Just give it a try to get to know the person. It's so important. Get to know the person. Get to know the person. Some people don't even give the chance to get to know the person at all. At all, at all. They have set their standards and they want to follow their standards. Nothing stops them. Nothing stops them. They want to set their standards. Okay. All right. So can someone that have dated be my ex? Oh yeah. It depends. If you have gotten into a mutual agreement that this is my friend and you talk stuff, then surely if you have ever been in that kind of a talk with a person, worked together for a while, and you are no longer together, then you can say that person is my ex. So it refers to someone you have been in an official relationship with. So just ask yourself how many exes that you have. How many exes do you have? It's so important in your life. So the label ex is commonly used to refer to someone that was once significant, once important, but the relationship is no more. And as you can see from the diagram or the photo, you can see the man somewhere, you can see the woman somewhere. We have had several calls, several meetings of persons that feel so hurt, persons that feel so disheartened, they feel so rejected, they feel so dead, they feel shattered, they feel broken. That is why I keep saying that before you respond and say, I do, get to know the person. Get to know the person. Like I keep saying, I've had several people say that, no, I just received a message from my boyfriend. My boyfriend is saying we are no longer going to be together. So let me also say that whether you're a boy or you're a girl or you're a lady or you're a man, you see, everything is talked over. Okay. You don't go befriend someone today and the next day you just send a text message. You are tearing hearts apart. And so it is important to know that you are dealing with someone's heart. And so you must not keep disappointing people like that. And I'm sure if we know this is going to help us, it's really going to help us. Right. Okay. Let's go to the next one. The next one, how can I manage my ex? It's so important because once you are beginning life, surely you're going to have you people you might have dated before. Just a moment. All right, so friends, that's fine. Let's continue. So, how can I manage my ex? So it's very important. It's I don't know. I've had a man that just I think that was just about December. The man said, "Papa, I want to kill myself," and I was like, "Hey, hey, hey, what's the problem, Papa? Okay, ne jame. Say, nyabutre, ofa nyabutre. Nsi na wani abere die, mi hu dia me kra. Wani abere sa. Ge be na eja hwan. O say ni ge le ja. Ge ja o say. Mu date how many we o say date ye be 1 month so ofa. Jabro bi ha. 1 month a wo ko esa wo ye date na ne na wo si obi eja wa. Te say wo ko no madura kun ho kra. But again, you must look at the angle to which the person is coming from. So in managing some of these things, you must let it go. You must let it go. You must let it go by ending your communication with your ex, by always thanking your ex, and then reminding yourself of everything and all the things that you shared together and being grateful for, and say thank you that I got this opportunity to be with this man, that I got this opportunity to be with this woman. It's a learning process. It's a learning process. So step away from your life to get a larger perspective. It's so difficult. There are several calls on this issue, and it's not something we are just taking it for granted, right? So you don't need to uh, let it hunt you, let it kind of disturb you and shatter your life. No, you can do good to your life. You can become better off. And so I understand the angle to which it's coming from. The other day, one of the ladies said, "Hey, Papa, and you easy, and you easy." And I'm saying, and you easy say, I said, "Shit, oh, yeah, you easy, crowd up to say easy, and you easy." I'm saying, I understand, but you see, you can't let this haunt you for years. You've seen people weep. Musu te sɛ baby musu te sɛ akwadaa ketekete a afei na yɛawo no o ɛnyɛ ade ketewa o asa akwadaa ketekete afei na yɛawo no nyame nkurɔfoɔ ɛnyɛ adwuma ketewa ɛnyɛ adwuma ketewa koraa sɛ we need to understand this angle and know that it's a process. See, look at this lady weeping, broken heart. Hwɛ in fact, from talking to people, these are things that we've spoken to people and they have given us their personal experience. If you have not been in that before, you wouldn't understand any other people. You tell them, what are you waiting you? What are you waiting you now? Bema hona usu. Maybe I won't go muda. You have not been in that before, so you don't know. So don't go and insult anybody. Don't go. And I pray that you not experience that. You not experience that. Right. So what is broken heart? It's very metaphorical, and it's a significant loss that you lost something, and you've been rejected, you've been disappointed. It's something has become unsuccessful. Something you're experimenting became unsuccessful, and that it comes with all sort of depressions and all that, sadness, trauma, grief, regrets. You become angry of yourself, and you just don't want to talk to anybody in this world. You don't want to talk to anybody in this world. You don't want to talk to anybody. One person will be a crap. So how do you manage it? How do you manage it? I've read several books on just several books, and then I just decided to pick the law part. Laws have regulations, so I pick those that are governed by law. For example, the law of acceptance. Set the situation, set the situation, and think of how you got here, and acknowledge the place you are. The law of acceptance, just accept. It's not just. Don't let me say just because it's not just. I'm telling you. I wish you could cover some people's face for them to speak back. You hear from their voice. So I'm speaking for all Broken Heart Association of the world. The law of acceptance is difficult. But again, you move to the law of compassion. That see yourself to be that imperfect person unto perfection. But okay, I wasn't perfect. I accept that. But I want to go on to becoming perfect. I want to go on to becoming perfect. Right. If you look at this man, Osha Papa we anymore or the two one out to say Papa no why what the Bemen I told you say Bemen was so manatra. Was so manatra. Or Tias yes say he is lonely. Set the intention to forgive and realize that forgiveness is a gift to yourself. So when it happens, this really so you don't need to sometimes you might think, oh, me na me bema, me na me jai oba no, me na me oba, me na me jai bema no. But no matter what, you're going to feel it. You feel it because there may be one or two reasons where you would just a moment. Yeah, there may be one or two reasons where you would remember some good moments, some good times. Be I was reading from a writing that says that when you get up in the morning, the first 3 seconds when you just remember that you are no longer into this relationship, it strikes your heart. It strikes your heart. So write out your forgiveness. Forgive with your heart, even when you don't feel like forgiving. Just forgive and then move on with your life. It can take sometimes you have to pick phones, call some people, and say, "Hey, what are you doing to yourself?" He said, "The whole day I've not eaten. I'm just sitting. I won't eat. I won't eat." I'm so only there travel. Only there travel. Na na job kitten kitten chewa. I'm afraid. See, I'm memo odiane. Sometimes I just play around with them, but don't joke with that. Maybe be a coach now, uncle. Or the family say, "Boom, I dream boom." So that's what I'm saying. That know the relationship to which you're going to put yourself into. Know the relationship to which you're going to put yourself into. Right. So relationships that work will also be good for you. Right. So many air time, many air time. Yeah, me grow for yeah, me come home. Maybe Edri, Aaron, you are here. Yeah, you are here. Um, so I'm going to get 3 people to be answering your questions for you. I think is it Prince is also here. Prince is also here, right? Nana Juma is also here. And you see there, more bisa mo questions no na omo na omo free emergency meeting presbytery. As I said, me join the courses here, and you still deal with broken heart, no relationships that don't work. When you separate it, you need to understand yourself that if it didn't work, it didn't work. But again, another time I may handle how you can handle broken heart, especially when you know that the relationship has gone, has gone. When you know that the relationship, yeah, yeah, and and then I do my want to ask that when I say, hmm. All right, so let's continue. That is bullying. So how to manage broken heart? The law of truth. Be truthful to yourself. Be
That's
truthful to
right.
yourself. Be truthful to yourself. Then again, you have the law of now. Now, that is the situation. This is the situation. So if you always think of then, oh, then, oh, then, think of now. What is the situation now? When you know the situation now, you forgive yourself. You forgive yourself. And you carry on. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. All right. Then the law of wisdom, the law of wisdom. You need to apply wisdom. Allow the lessons of your relationship to sink. Yes. Allow the lessons of your relationship to sink in. So make the changes you need in your life and become a better version. Whenever you have broken heart, manage yourself very well and become a better. Oh, it's not easy to become a Awuku-Gyampoh. Become a better person by using wisdom. Wisdom. Using wisdom. Okay. So how do I manage? Once again, you are still managing the law of the soul. The law of the soul. So seek the soul, more soul-centered living, so that you will live with more love, more compassion, more peace, more kindness. Understand yourself that the soul exists. Say, oh, nipadua no kra wuntumi nko okra no. Wuntumi nko okra no. Understand, say, you cannot kill the soul. You cannot kill the soul. Understand your soul is still there. Your soul is still there. And then engage in activity, meditation, silence, quiet time, distill the soul. Now, it's also very important to read books. At this stage, read books and the law of creation. The law of creation. The law of creation means that you can recreate your life, rebuild your life, and start over. Start over. Start over. Start over. Jefferson, please give me 3 minutes, just wrapping up. Sorry. Yes. So you suffered, you have suffered the worst, so now you open your heart for the best. Open your heart for the best. Open your heart for the best, right? And then your heart break, and then you have this kind of it's going to be a rough time, right? It's going to be a rough time, but always think that the soul has better place to be, and it's in the hands of God. Quickly, and then finally, the law of new love. The task that your task is not to seek love, but merely to seek and find all barriers within yourself that you have. Find out the barriers within yourself. Don't quickly seek new love. Don't quickly seek new love. Take time to work out on yourself before you seek new love. If you quickly seek new love, you may not work on yourself, and that would affect your future relationship. Always try as much as possible. Right. Good. Friends, thank you very much. I'm sure the script is ready. And if you want it, we will give the script to you as well. I'm sure the people I mentioned, they are also here to help you. And you may ask all your questions, and I'm pretty sure they will help you. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Papa. Um, God bless you. At this time, we would like to take some questions. If you have any question, kindly raise up your hand, and we will call on you so you can speak. But if you're unable to speak, you can also put it in the chat and we will read it out loud for any of the individuals on the panel to answer your questions. Any questions? I know a lot of what Papa has said can be experienced or has been or is being experienced by many of us on the line. So ask your questions. We have a question here. The individual is asking, what's the difference between dating and courtship? Don't know who is here, but if any, the individuals that Papa mentioned can take on this question, please. What is the difference between dating and courtship?
Okay. This is Nana Jumai. What I'll say on the question is that the dating is just to meet the person, like you have met the person and you want to plan for outing or you want to go out with the person. So your first approach, telling the person that, oh, I want to go out with you, I want to sit somewhere with you, and then we get to know ourselves. So when you get to know yourself, or after you know yourself, then maybe you talk, you have whatever conversation you have. Now the person is going to become your friend. But there's two different kinds of the friendship. Whatever friendship, you know it. So when you start talking to the person coming to your house, going to the person's house, going out, that has become a courtship when you have opened your mouth and say something, oh, I want you to be my friend. But there should be a specifications. This is what I want you to be. I want you to be just a friend, like meeting you at the church, we talk, or a friend, prayer friend, or something like that. So you have to be specific, as Papa said. Nipa no pen, only nam debia, but you can't come out and tell the nipa say me pen. And I say me person me no bobra. You're just going out with the person. Now that you hear that the person is going to marry, then you are crying. So the first step, the initial stage, getting to know the person, is the dating. I want to meet you here. I want to come visit you. I want to do this. That is the dating time. But the courtship is when you have accepted yourself to become a friend, visiting up and down. That is how it is. I don't know if I've answered the question. All right.
Thank you, Papa. Another question. When waiting, in quotations, how long can I, being the person who's asking the question, wait if I am not getting any revelation from God?
Okay. If nobody there to answer, I'll try this too. The waiting period is up to you and the other party, because some people can start a relationship like a year, 6 months, 2, then they get into marriage. Somebody's talking? Okay. So the waiting period is between. Can I continue, or somebody's talking?
No, that person should mute herself.
Okay.
They are talking at the background.
Okay, thank you, boss. So the waiting period is between you, the two. But when you wait for a long time, it becomes like marriage. Because we know people, being in the same church, going back and forth. Sometimes they can just going up and down like brothers and sisters without saying anything until the last part of the relationship or the friendship, then something will happen. But this time you are waiting. You want to hear something from God. This guy is beating you every time. This guy is harassing you every time. But you still say you are waiting for God. God has already spoken to you that this guy that is always, beating you, harassing you, doing this is not a guy. He don't have no feelings for you. This guy doesn't care. If you don't call him, he don't call you. So what are you waiting? What are you waiting? So you have to let the person knows that, oh, okay, we will wait till this time, maybe the next year or 2 years. This is what I'm doing. This is what you are doing. Do we have to go see your parents? Do I have to see your parents? Do I have to know your relatives or whatever? That is the waiting period. And then you set up a time. We are giving ourselves 2 years. Oh, by next 2 years, I'm going to complete school. So after I complete school and I get a job, We'll go on and then do our own thing. That is fine. That is the waiting period. But if you want to hear from God, these are some of the things that you hear from God. This person will start, lying to you. He will get another friend. He will get another girlfriend or boyfriend talking to aside. You will be cutting him, making a phone call and text messages. It is a warning. If you are saying all these warnings, you have to be careful. You are waiting, maybe 2 years time you get married, but you have noticed or somebody have told you, this person have a girlfriend here, but you don't mind to, dig into it, explore in it, and then see what is going on. So where Jan San or any pay. Now who try to see the bank? Who try to see the bank? So the waiting time is both of you. You have to set a time. We don't want to be in this relationship for 2 years. Because after 2 years, I don't know what is going to happen. So if you say this or you want to do this, let us set ourselves a time. The next 6 months, we have to see your parents. We have to see my parents. We have to talk to your sisters. We have to talk to my siblings. Then you know yourself. So that is the time of waiting, studying yourself. That is the waiting period. But you don't wait too much. Thank you.
Thank you, Papa.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Nipacho me kakakra aka de Papa Adumai aka no ho. First question no na obusa say dating and courtship. Na ya ka bi me kakakra to aso. Na ya ka dating no a na say the Papa di kan ye no emra o pese oni nipa no etu anamon konanti bi kakra bi na wo hwe no. Na no na bebree aya na ye ma bunu anase ye nyina ye mistake no na bra o tibi o hwe na o hwe oni pa ko no anase o date no na esese odi wani tu form yie this is not a time obebie wa no say yes I do anase me ware anase ma prenso that is the time that you di wani to form no hwe niema ebe koso no one say are you compatible or not. Na no na bebree ye mistake no that initial state na ye tu anamon kakra no na ebinom ho anu apren so me de meware o na no na utu anamon 1 2 3 bet a week 1 month per no we say there be enema no enko ye pe a na fe de wo twe ho na di broken heart ne enema eba no eno nti mo mi ahwe ne ye the moment abetimi ne na nante mienu abeka say yes no na afe de wo court no na say mu siesie mo ho said the beya boshe na maboshe mo ho no na wa prince no ebeye adwuma na afi de mo de akọ mo ma me mo papa no na se botu ho na mo eno nti ye nhwe sa ne ma mienu no eyi. Don't open your mouth and say yes whereby you have not studied the person carefully. Then waiting also so we shouldn't as Nana can we shouldn't wait for more than a year or two. Eya na emu yedi nti for any to form obetimi ni nipa na nante obetimi mu nyina wa pg4 ana wo be nante na wo hwem before I obeka say yes no so no na make sure say mo meche 6 months a year na matima make sure say mo siesie mo ho na mutu na mo akọ mpanifo anim na makọ ware the moment mo beche bebree no ho na ko fa ni sem bebree eba no medamase.
Gracias, Papa. We have another question. The individual is asking, when managing an ex who is now a friend, isn't it tricky in my next relationship life?
It's very, very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. You don't have to manage your ex. You have to stay away from your ex. Most of the ex always become ex. And then ono beba become boom, watching no akohu girl for no break it up, no break your heart. Now next time no become boom, no about. So every time that person is going to be your ex. So you don't manage your ex. If he want to go, let him go. another person will come who is committed. Don't tolerate any maybe any pan. Oh, no, so maybe along the line, you have getting somebody as the question asked, and this person you are studying this person to go along with, and your ex is coming to be a hindrance for you. So you don't wait for that person to come and be a hindrance for you. If you have gone, let the person go. Don't entertain him or her. Let her go. Let him go. Don't manage him or her. If he's the person who want to do, you see, we have excuses that you can give. Oh, okay, because of my school, I want to complete school in the next 3 years, but you want to get married in the next 2 years. Because of that, I cannot do it. That is a good excuse. That one is fine. But if you are managing an S that break up with you, giving you this broken heart, what baby no, because you have nobody. No, you don't do that. A Christian lady don't do that. We have to be wise than the people outside. So you have to open your eyes, open, Philippa, be very, very vigilant. For that, don't entertain your ex. Me, that is what I'll tell you. Because at the time he left you or she left you, that time was a sorrowful time for you. So you don't continue to wait for him to come back and do the same to you. No, I will say no. Thank you.
Thank you, Papa. It looks like we have another one. Another question is, how can I advise my sister who is dating 2 guys before making her final decision?
Okay, if the question is still on me, what I will say is that you have to advise your sister to make a choice, to choose one. You see, nowadays, our young ladies, what some of you do is that they will date the guy and be sleeping with the guy. If you have not done that commitment, sleeping with the guy, it doesn't hurt too much. But if you have defied yourself, giving yourself to the person to be sleeping with you, that is the hurting side or part. And what you will do is you tell your sister to make a choice. Because even if the 2 guys, get to know themselves, it's a shame. So you have to tell your sister to choose one. If it is Kofi, it's Kofi. If it is Kwame, it is Kwame. What you have to do is that the one that you are dating, you have to bring it out for everybody to see. Because they say we don't light a light and put it in the lampstand. You put it on top for people to see. So if you are dating somebody secretly, another person will date you secretly. And these are the people who will date another people behind you. Somebody can be in the YPD and date about 2 or 3 girls because you are doing it secret. So you also will do it secret to you. That is why you have to bring it to the limelight. And who sister now person will tune the phone there. Mani who say this is how guys, because you are a guy, you are a man, so you want to advise your sister not to go for 2 men. So you tell him your attitude, the men, the style of the men. That okay, yeah, you who say obi no na mo yen so beba be fa bi o yen so yen nyina na ye boroko adiaze. So they will use you and dump you. So you tell your sister to make a choice. That is what I will say. Thank you.
Yeah. I will, all right.
We have about 70 people on the line. Some have got married for so many years. And then we are advising that whatever experience that you have, you bring on board. what Nana have said. Why are you dating two people? You will not have a specific mind about it. And I will bump by a crowd. Now I say, what to do on Maho, and I would Yankopon. That is why my first statement, and I said, before you say yes to somebody, you have to make sure that that is the person that you have agreed. Anytime that you make a statement with somebody and then you agree on that principle, the Bible is saying that even the heavens have sealed it. Nti ubie wano akachi nipa no se me ware na ubie wano akase ane no, there's what? A contract between the two of you. And anyone that you breach the contract also you go against you. And that is why you have to make sure you study each other. Make sure you study the person, you pray, and then seek the face of God. And then before you open your mouth, so that God will seal it for you. And son will be one. Don't date two people. As Nana have said, it's shameful to you. And then into your family too, whenever the partners got to know. So let us desist from said habit. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Can I add
please.
a little voice to what
All right,
my
but please, when you
senior
finish.
ministers, senior presbyters have already said? First of all, for someone to consider dating two people at the same time, you might think you are at advantage, but you should also put yourself in a situation if one person is dating you and another person at the same time, unknowingly. The temptation in that is this. Ask yourself, these two people you are dating, what if they all meet your standard of choice? Which of them are you choosing and which of them are you disappointing? Let's put aside the odds of maybe going to the extent of committing yourself, defiling yourself, as Nana said. Now, those two people you think you are dating, they all meet your standard. Whom are you going to disappoint? So you yourself, you come to a point that you'll be in a dilemma. You wouldn't know what to do. So first thing first, if you are dating and you think two guys are coming, let one know straight away that, okay, I'm going out with this person. So you are late. You did not come on time. You can never tell me the two came at the same time. It can be. Of course, one came after the other. So be honest to yourself and be sincere, because you are seeking the face of God to give you direction. So if you yourself, you don't approach the whole thing with sincerity, then you try to deceive yourself from the onset. You might end up thinking you are deceiving two people, but at the end, you will be in trouble. So it's a genuine advice by my senior presidents have already given, and we should desist from dating two people at the same time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I want to add something little to what my brother just said. I mean, even dating involves a lot, as Papa said. It involves a lot. It's something that needs all your attention, all your sense organs. So when you try to date two people, that means you are dividing your attention. Somebody's giving 100%, and you are now giving 50%. And also, the Bible also says two people cannot do anything unless they agree or something. So if I am giving 100 and you are giving 50, and you are expecting me to add another 50 to make it 150, so that you will know that both of us can team up and offer 200. It's a lot. If you think the first person that you are talking to is not the type of person that you want, just end that dating and just move on. But if you think, okay, let me consider this, please finish it. Invest that time in it so that both of you will be on the same scale. The lady thought, oh, now I have somebody that we are talking, somebody that we are trying to know ourselves before. At first, you can say dating is just talking, so you can talk to any about 10 or 20 people that you like, because you've decided now, because you know that you are not going to sleep with anybody, and that fine, you can say that. But now the things that we have also added into dating, I'm not talking about sex, also can equally equate themselves as you guys courting. Dating was doing that. You spend more time with that. You guys exchange gifts. All those things at first were not part of dating, but now we've added to it. So now even you have graduated the dating into courtship unknowingly because you've added. And now how the world is, moving, it will be very difficult for people to go to the old school dating because they'll be watching movie because they think those are the places that they can have an ample time to have conversations. So please, the best advice that you can give to that person is to tell the person, you better assess yourself, assess the two. Which one do you prefer most? Cut the other one and concentrate. Concentrate. Already you think, say, at the end into a nice baby, so and it will not work. As senior presbyter said, it will not work because you think say into a nice baby for us. So little thing that you have to even exercise patient and deal with it to say because who was standby generator somewhere, or you are still talking to another person. So the other part, everyone is I'm doing every possible means trying to solve issues or problems are urban, trying to get to know, but what block a certain part of your life that you don't want anybody to know. If you really want marriage, not just, adding to your tally or body count, then please concentrate on one. Spend that time and the energy on one. Pray over it. And if that one, no, that one can lead to marriage. But if you decide you can date 7 and 10 years time, you will still be single. And Obajin said, as Nana Jama can unim nyansa, but at the end, not just why should it be here? So please, the advice is tell the person to reassess herself. Na dear tibia no unim niaope. By just say always still be time to go. Ebiana Beman in Swamp Pennington in a nice one. If you have something that you want, the Bible said, ask and it shall be given unto you. You ask, you act on it, and you make a move. And I know with prayers backing and also being vigilant, God will answer you. And that, friendship, can lead to marriage. May that say.
Thank you. We have 2 questions right now on the chat. The first one being, what is the age to be in order to enter into a relationship?
I think, sir, I would just say this, and because are happening to me. I keep saying, say, if right now you consider yourself, say, maybe in 7 years' time, and I will get married, why are you entering into relationship now? So the age to enter into relationship, depends on your readiness to marry. Every relationship will be the core value is that relationship have to lead to marry. So your age now, with the 19, na me no be na okase, I will get married at the age of 25. That is 6 years. So why are you entering into a relationship? 6 good years for what? What are you going to do in that relationship for 6 years? 6 years. So the age, we don't have an age bracket, but the age will depend on your readiness, on your age that you really want to settle down. So if you want, and at times it takes grace. There are some people that they have decided to get married maybe at a specific or a particular age. It takes grace for that age, to be reduced. Okay, then I have to achieve all this and this. So now I'm 20 years and I will get married at the age of 25. So you are being in relationship for 5 years. What are you doing in that 5 years? What exactly? If you think you are testing waters to find the good water to drink, and no enebema, you will get a lot of broken heart. So some people decide, they say it's just one shot. And please don't. This a year man for a can say it doesn't apply in marriage. So don't let people deceive you. Say, then I also in that relationship, what are you going to? It's just a conversation that you guys as a friend I'm more so I want home ben I also. So for me, Eddie, I don't have, because in our setting, Ghana setting, I say Udi 18 years I ought to aba. I didn't say Udi 21 and so out to me worry, and I said that into so far as I don't know what, but the age I would become marriage, it depends on your readiness. If you think say 6 years time and I be worry, please don't be in relationship. Other than that, you will do things our own person obey. If you are in a relationship, first 1 year, and it is so interesting. The next year, and I say even the first 6 months, the next 6 months, it takes grace for you to, be pure in that relationship. It takes extremely grace and preparation, and also men of God that you involve them in your relationship, to make you or for you to stay pure. And to place, if we now onyame eboa ene ema aware, don't think says a man shall see I won't get the correct person. No. A bit to me happen. You can meet somebody and in the next 2 months, 3 months, mube to me aware ema aware no ebe survive ma mube to me celebrate mo 50 years anniversary. Mube to me obi for 5 years more any na date ya ma mobile worry ema 1 year or 2 years aware no ebegu. So it depends on time aware ready say obe worry. And when I meet me I can
Yo, me kakra and count. You see, some people suggest that kids wait until they are 16 to start this kind of one-on-one dating. That is good. Emma Ebinum, but Ebinum also have a decision on waiting for another time. And sometimes in your community, nipa no woman also. Emma nipa no to me get into a dating or relationship very early. Na the yenua bema kind ebin eno no. And it's up to the person. Say, in America here, young cancer, America say, akwara no 11 years akura na was started to tunani ehwe enema. So this will be the environment we are, or the community we are in, and the community also have influence on the kids. And also more to me either early or late. Enti eba ne saa na ɛyɛ na depending nipa no nia wowɔ sɛ woyɛ kristoni a you can see say you can take care of yourself adu age bi ansa na watumi ayɛ saa rather than nkwala na ɛwɔ abɔnten no. Enti the dating most times in the they start when they are 16 years just to test the waters, as our brother just said. But ebinom so to me ko omanim obi kura o YPG sisi a ye ka say ebi a wadi 24 years 25 years a onhu be mada, but obi so starting no maybe 11 or 10 years was sort of that, as Jesse just said. 6 years in relationship, what are you looking for? You give yourself broken heart because he said will be near Babrewa. If you don't take time, people will use it. And the guys, especially the ladies, are very vulnerable because the guys, they talk to themselves. And one guy can date you and run away. Another guy will come. They know themselves. So you may think they don't know themselves, but they know themselves. And you don't have to be yourself a cheap. That's what I'll put it. Don't be cheap for the guys. Try say we be maintaining composure. Say medium Christoni. I will try to be 20 years. I will try to complete my school. I will try to do this. If you want to do it and temwa or earlier, what you do is say, let your parents get involved. Let your teachers, your pastor, the people you believe. We have many of the YPGs. They talk to me day to day, time on time. If they see somebody else, sometimes they will even tell me before they tell their parents, so that you get somebody to guide you. But I say, and you'll be obey obasa, and also no ankasa krano, that no. Look for somebody you trust, you believe. Talk to the person, not on guide you. Even Semumi and Nukran have to come together for the person to talk to you. It is very, very good. Say, hey, okay, this is what I'm telling you. But you make sure you don't go there and mess up. Then a little bit fear will support you to grow. But it's just imagine say unye high school, unye college. Now akwakofa bema no more broken heart. Ube the question there. And the first question is it can start early or later. But Christians there, I believe, say you can wait and hold yourself to a good time. Because in America, no, they start things very early stages. But we, the Christians, we can encourage our children to take their time and make a good choice.
Thank you. Thank you. We have one more question in the chat. The question is, should you go ahead and get married to your partner if their family is against it because you are not from their tribe or culture?
This one is very, very serious and very dangerous. You can't get married whilst your parents don't have hands in it, because you can go to the court and register. So because your parents said no, or they have advised you, so you think they are archaic, so they don't have I don't know how I will use this word. And you won't take it, you want to do it on your own. Sometimes you can succeed, and sometimes you can go and then fail, and then come and cry. When you come back and start crying now, you have messed up. It's not just the failing, but you have messed up your life. Ebia ono wa wo baako, ono wa wo mienu, no wa park wesi ho. You have messed up. When to me and we college and now person will corner because your parents say the tribing matters in a day. Our parents have to know better that once we have come to America, we are open to everything. The what matters is that nipa ne ye kristoni a obekwa kofa kristoni a obi a woti dame ase said the na papa ka say you just don't meet the person in the train then you say I'm going out with you. It should be somebody you know the Christian background send or sumunyame or ba sorry them cry you no sorry cry ma. You see, if you can bear with me, some of the YPG members have getting pregnant and then they run away from the church. The next time you see them, you see they are having babies and stuff. They run away because of the pregnancy. You see, they don't go with the right channel, so they feel shy that, oh, people will talk about me. Let me run away. So now my Jaya, sorry, no, now they are giving excuses. But and yes, they have made themselves to be in that corner. And it's good you talk to your parents. You ask them questions. Americans, I know you guys that are schooling here, you are very wise and you are very knowledgeable. You know, you have, what it takes to ask questions in a nice way. Why did you say you don't want me to get married with this person? After all, we are all Ghanaians. Even if the person is not a Ghanaian, what matters is the love and then the caring. And if you want to do that and your parents are stopping you or your parents have been a hindrance to you, you have to pray. This is where you need prayers for the Lord to speak. You have to contact your church elders. You have to contact your minister. Seek advice. Why is this so? Because of tomorrow. Maybe that is why your parents are saying that. Some of them to just hate. They can say that. I don't want you to go because kwani bia ye ni bibi pen. And I am Ashanti, I am Achim. I don't want you to marry a Igbo person. That is again for. But when God says yes, nobody can say no. So when it happens like that, don't rush to take a decision, but pray. Go on your knees and pray to God. The answer will come. That is my answer for this. Thank you.
Please let me add something to what Pastor President said. I think this is where courting, dating and courting is very, very important. You are studying each other, studying both families to know more about the family and then about your partner. So if your partner or you, the family don't like the tribe that the person is coming from, you get to know during the dating and the courting period. So if you get to know, either you speak to your parents or the other person speaks to the parents. If it doesn't succeed, the earlier the better. No way free move. It's better than you going forward, pushing forward to go into the marriage and at the end suffer. And it is best, say at the beginning, you get to know, say, oh, mama mpene so, oh, papa mpene so, and I say the other partner, oh, mom mpene so. Na say moka, na say uhu say enye ya. I will advise you, don't push forward. With your free move, time heals. As time moves on, you will heal and you get someone better. You see, family, as we were growing, the family keeps saying, me, now I was hearing this tribe. So when I was growing up, I didn't even go there, look there. Because I didn't want any problem to go and take from that tribe. Now, it's going to be a problem for me. You see, as I was growing, I was hearing tribe way there. I didn't even look there. You see, it helps you. Thank you.
Hallelujah. I'm just adding a statement to it. Please, what we have to bear in mind that whenever we get married, we are married to both sides, both parents. So we have to make sure that we are at par with the parents. So as our sister and a former senior presbyter have said, whenever we are going in, we should go during the courtship time. We should study both parents and make sure that whenever there's a problem, we solve the problem quickly before getting in, so that in the nearby future, you are not getting yourself into a mess. Thank you very much.
Yeah, let me just say something that I heard from, one great pastor. So when you are getting married, you are getting married to the family. And also, please, if the family are not supporting the marriage, try and work things out. Find pastors, people to talk to. But so you even call yourself a Christian. But how many times do you pray? Family altars, we don't joke with it. Maybe some family. I was listening to Duncan Williams, and he was saying that even for divorce, or no, a fight more than 8 times. And finally, a successful mujahid because of the family issues a woman altars. So if you think say at this time, because of love, any idea engineer doing to say family back so pekrana young koso, we are new Christian. Money any idea, we will go that now. Please, marriage entails a lot. So if you don't have the support from even one side of the family, it's really a lot. Try and find out. I tell you, the reasons that they will be giving, and your reasons be and when here to say, ebusia we muno, and no now, keke. But it's a come deep now, they can tell you, and there may be a wahonoma, a boba, and please try and see, say, if you can work that one out. So, moyena and ye no man, tio monwasia. That's why our sister said, the dating and courtship, muhu all those in it will not, it shouldn't even get to that level. It shouldn't get to that level. Mpune belly, this say, mu be dating, say, omantiasia. Please, during the dating and courtship, split out all information be a woman be a mobi who send it. Na bibi problem bi ewo ebusuani problem bi ye mo be solve a se enya de a solve ye a your sister Kaya no say thank you for your understanding and just move on. Other than that, yes, 4 years, 3 years, all those two families need now fight. Little to be a background na de share. Papa no ebusuani ntai chirinti no mo mane ma ye den no, but maybe a part of marriage ni bi eniema ni bi na aba no. Nti it's very very important to solve issues first before you get all those people their blessings. Owo krampo ni nemu oden no. Now we need one part, it will be very difficult and things will happen in the marriage because they will fight concerning the marriage. Send a point to stand on. And it's not advisable to just ignore them. Someone supporting, more cost on worry. Thank you.
Please, I just want to say something for the last. As at now, at this age that we are in, as you are in YPG, I think as at now, you should know your love aspirations. Set them down, write them somewhere, even 10 on your list. And say, now say you get somebody. Now the person has even 5 of them. You can pray about it. It will help. Not just say, so upe obia keke. Set down your goals. What do you want? What type of man do I want? Your love aspirations, no, etu baby, and always pray about it. Tell God, these are the love aspirations I have. God, this is the type of person I want. Help me to get. You won't get all the 10 or all the ones you have written down, but at least God will help you to get like half of them. And somebody asked about the age I Odibe enter into a relationship. I think going into a relationship is all about the maturity level. Somebody may be 40 years, but the person is not matured. Someone can be 18 years, the person is matured. Maturity in the sense of you even taking care of your own self, handling issues, how you handle issues, use tactical ways to handle issues when there is a problem. So if you are not matured, don't try going into a relationship because ukoma edi ohau enebebrel. So look at your maturity standard too. If you are matured, go into a relationship, but a healthy relationship, not just any relationship, a healthy one. Thank you.
Muma Menfa Kakrebinka, the last question is if your parents are stopping you from getting married with that person. Family matters have influence. It has spiritual influence also. And so one it is good though, but it's going to be turned to a wrong thing because of the spiritual aspects. The mother and the father, and sometimes they know say by 2-5 years, you know. Na enyema nkoye ebi kura omo kura na no omo ma bobo dam. And that is why can say you don't have to be a Christian, say, because I am a Christian, I am powerful in prayer. You will get weak sometimes, you cannot pray. And when you are weak, that is where the devil will come and attend to you. And until that is why you have to seek physical advice. And nothing that you involve the spiritual people or software or catechists, any phobia, officer, being a they can help you spiritually, physically. So you don't just go say because you have the money or you have the work, so you go and then because that is where my love is. As our sister was just saying, you know, you can list all the aspirations, yes. The person have the whole of them. If it is 10, he has all the 10. But this is the case, the family said no. So you have to come back and find out why Intiomoka said no. And when you sit down, you know, with them, then maybe they will come out and tell you because of this, because of that, because of so don't follow your heart too much. Sometimes you have to also listen. That is why I say and penny for see and you know sometimes they will tell you with the experience they have in life. So this is what I did, and that is what happened. So they can also use the physical, you know, experience, you know, to tell you, and then the spiritual. You call yourself a Christian, but if you now come or comfort background, I will call Warren. Then the background in faith it is saying we don't do the enquiries of that, but our parents do that. That is why you have to exploit it and then know where you are going, if it is good or not. God can also speak to you. You will see so many things, spiritually, physically, dreams, and then you know, say, where I'm going is not good. All depend on the relationship with the Holy Spirit so that He will talk to you for you to hear. And I think, that side we have to take it serious. Prayer. If we take it serious, if it is not good, the Holy Spirit will prompt you, will tell you.